Anna, while you were Premier of Queensland, there were several major disasters. The floods and cyclones were one. The tanker getting moored on the barrier reef was another. You write about leadership and how leadership emerges in crisis in your book. Tell me about leadership and what happens when the rulebook runs out.
I think crises define leaders, and there are very few leaders who don't have at least one crisis on their watch, and most leaders, I think, have many more than one, as I did during my time as Premier. One of the leadership sayings that resonates very strongly for me, and I allude to it in the book, is that leadership is what you see when the rule book runs out. And what I take that to mean is that, if there's a rule book and it is a recipe for any particular situation, most of us can follow a rule book. We know what to do next. It's that moment that comes when you're in a situation you've never been in, it's unpredictable, unprecedented, and no one in the room has any experience that will actually say, right, well, these are the next 3 steps. And it's at that moment, it's the person who steps into the centre and says, I know what we do next, we do this, we do that, that means you do this, and off you go. And that's the person that everybody says, great, we've got someone leading us.
And when you step up to that moment, you know that you will deal with the consequences of making that decision too. You have the confidence of that as well.
Absolutely, you need to know that not only do you have to find that capability, be confident of it, exercise it, but that you accept responsibility for it. That if the decisions you make are wrong or have unintended or disastrous consequences, that it will fall on your shoulders. And you know that while you're making the decisions, and you have to be up for that as well. To understand that somewhere down the track there'll be questions, as there should be, and you'll have to be the one that answers for them and to them. And it's not until you are called upon like that that you really do understand what the reserves are that you've got, because until they're called on, you might think you've got them and then find yourself wanting. And that's what makes it a bit scary. There's no practice session for an unknown situation. It's not until you're really there that you feel the adrenaline start to pump, you feel yourself move into the centre, you start making the decisions, and as you're doing it, you think, I've got what it takes.
And these are defining moments in leadership, of course. Anna Bligh, thank you very much.
Thank you.